Welcome to Access Hollywood Live. We're coming to you from the New York studio, and we've got Katie Statler live on the red carpet at the Tony Awards. This year's Tony Awards are groundbreaking, with African American actors, actresses, and directors dominating the social scene.
Thank you, Caitlin. We've got some incredible talent here on the red carpet tonight. Hopefully I can snag a few interviews with some of the writers and actors, but tonight's going to be really close considering there's 3 in the race for the playwright, so we'll see how tonight goes.
First, we have Georgia Douglas Johnson. She is nominated for Best Playwright for her play, Plumes, A Tragedy. It explores the themes of race, class, and gender in the South. Let's see if Katie can get an interview with her on the red carpet.
Hi, Georgia. How do you feel tonight?
Hi, Katie. It's an honor to be here tonight, and I'm really excited.
Okay, so we know that your play, Plumes, is a folk tragedy about poverty. So can you tell us a little bit about how your personal life was influenced on this, or exactly what the play is about?
Yes, well, I play a mother named Charity, and basically the play is about her struggle and trying to decide whether she can pay for an operation to save her daughter, who's deathly ill, or provide a decent funeral for her. And so she's faced with that choice. And it focuses on the poverty of Southern Black women and the struggles that they face.
So now, how does this relate to your personal life? Because we know that your husband may not have been the biggest supporter of this in the beginning.
Right. Well, growing up, I always thought I would be a songwriter, and there's always the assumption that a woman should be a home woman. And I think that trying to break that really provides opportunities for other Southern Black women in the American dream, and just to set the stone to be accomplished.
Okay, that is incredible. So now, since you are pretty much the living American dream, you worked from nothing and got up to here today, how does that feel to accomplish all your dreams?
It definitely boosts our confidence, but not only for me, but for all Southern Black women and anyone who works up from the bottom to the top and to be successful. It just feels really great to be able to say that I did this through my hard work and that I can be as fortunate as I am, and I'm very lucky to be here today.
Well, thank you. That's absolutely incredible. And Georgia, we wish you the best of luck tonight. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Georgia!
Next, we have Angelina Grimke up for Best Play of the Year for her play, Rachel. This highly popular drama showed the negative aspects of racial prejudice and shed light onto the horrible motivations of the Ku Klux Klan. Katie's got Angelina with her now. Let's go to you, Katie.
Miss Grimke.
Angelina, so nice to see you. Congratulations on your win tonight for the best play this season. How does that feel?
It feels absolutely amazing. All my hard work has paid off.
So now we know that you had to overcome extreme odds to get here today since you are a woman and you're a Black woman. So how does it feel to achieve all this success?
It feels so great that finally one of my works has been published and recognized as the best play of this season. I've written so many plays, hundreds actually, and none of them have had this great of a success and changed the way society looks at African Americans.
So we know that you wrote this play specifically about your childhood and your mother and father relationship. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Of course, when I was younger, my mom was white, my dad was Black, and of course that was really hard on them. People didn't accept their marriage and their love, so because of that pressure, my mom abandoned us as a child, and I was raised by my father, which definitely impacted the way I look at society and the way that I feel about how whites treat Blacks.
That's very interesting. So now, could you give us a brief synopsis about what your play is about?
Of course. So mostly my play is all about condemning lynching, because you know the movie Birth of a Nation is about the founding of the Ku Klux Klan. And as an African American, it's absolutely atrocious what they do to others, especially to us who are now changing and shaping American culture. So it's about the loving family. Their daughter, Rachel, her father and her brother had just been killed by lynching. So they moved from the South to the North looking for success and prosperity like everyone else during this time period. Yes. And it was really hard on her, so she vowed never to marry and bring a child into the world that had to deal with lynching.
So now, to most critics, they have mentioned that this is kind of like a Black revival of the American dream. What do you say about that?
I definitely agree with that, you know. Seeing me here standing with this trophy as a Black woman should be truly inspiring to others, that we can have success and prosperity and make just as much money as white people and be just as famous as white playwrights. And it's definitely truly inspiring to win something that was produced and acted all by African Americans, and it truly says something that both whites and Blacks came to see this play and supported this play because they know that we are a part of American culture and that deserve just as much as whites.
Well, thank you so much, Angelina, and I'm so
course.
proud of you tonight.
Thank you.
I'm very proud of your accomplishments.
Thank you.
Back to you, Caitlin.
Next, also up for Best Play of the Year, is Willis Richardson and his The Chit Woman's Fortune. Willis's plays emphasize the physical strength, the nobility, and the courage of his heroes. Let's take this to Katie to get an interview with him on the red carpet.
Willis, just a moment, Willis. Willis. Hi, Willis. How are you doing tonight back on the Tony stage?
I'm great, thank you.
Okay, so we know that tonight you're nominated for the best play in your play that you wrote, A Chit Woman's Fortune. How do you, can you tell us a little bit about the play?
Well, the play explores the differences from a white family and a black family, where two families, one white, one black, are living together, and they're both pretty poor. And the black family handles the situation way differently than the white family does. The black family works hard, but the white family is buying expensive things like the Victrola machine, which is a record player, and so it puts them into debt, making the black family work even harder.
Okay, so now this was actually the first black play to be put on Broadway that wasn't a musical. How does that make you feel so accomplished?
It's great. It's making history in the black community. I mean, there's only one first.
That is very true, and we hope that you do great tonight, and I hope you win. Thank you, Willis.
Thank you.
Back to you, Caitlin.
Our final nominee up for Best Play of the Year is Zora Hurston with her play, Colorstruck. This play, which follows the lives of Emma, Effie, and John, explores the topic of colorism and the tensions in between the African American community.
Zora.
Hi, Zora. How are you doing tonight?
Hi, Katie. I'm doing really well. I hope you are too.
Oh, thank you. So you were nominated for your play, Colorstruck. Can you tell us a little bit about that and what's going on in that?
Yes, well, the main theme of Colorstruck is about colorism, which is judging someone on the basis of the color of their skin. And so the main character, Emmeline, gets jealous of another woman who is mixed, just like her boyfriend, John. And so it's all about jealousy, hatred, and anger, interracial relationships, and basically that struggle.
Okay, so now how did your husband influence you? Because we know he is a big part of your life.
Yes, well, my husband, Herbert, is a jazz musician, so he's successful in that aspect. So we definitely are a power couple of the American dream here. And so I'm also an American folklorist and an author, and so to be able to be here tonight is really an honor for us.
Well, thank you, and your play was incredible, and so I hope you win tonight. Thank you so much.
Thank
It's
you
so
so
nice
much.
to meet you.
You too.
Thank you, Zora. Back to you, Caitlin.
Next, we have almost a shoo-in for Best Supporting Actress of the Year is Josephine Baker in her role of Shuffle Along. This young star, who starred in the African American musical, is a revival of what the American dream means for the African American race. She used her opportunities to prosper and shape American culture. Now to Katie for the most coveted interview of the night.
Thank you, Caitlin. I'm here on the red carpet today with Miss Josephine Baker. Josephine Baker starred in Shuffle Along. She was the first 16-year-old to be in this production. How does it feel to be nominated for Supporting Actress this season?
It's an amazing thing to be here today. I definitely faced some challenges coming here, but it feels really good to be rewarded and have success.
So now, I know that you did not have the biggest part in the play. You were just a comedy chorus line girl, but you shocked America with all of your incredible talents. So how does that feel? How did you overcome those obstacles?
You know, it's definitely really challenging. I first tried out for this play when I was 15 and they told me I was too young. So I went back and just became a street performer, which, you know, was really hard because I didn't really make a lot of money. So I came back a year later at 16 and they accepted me for a really small part, which I was very grateful for, especially for the opportunity to be on Broadway. And I'm overwhelmed with all of the fans that came out and all of the support the play got. And for standing here today being nominated
Yes.
is truly amazing.
Okay, so I'm not sure if all of you know, but in Shuffle Along, it was the first play that blacks were used in all of the casting and all of the behind-the-scenes action. So how does it feel to be part of such a big history movement?
It's definitely a really great experience for me, and I'm super proud to be a part of it. I'm glad to be making history standing here, and it was really fun to be able to stand with our peers and say that African Americans can do just as many things as whites and show the world what we can do.
Okay, so now for the few people who haven't seen the play this season, can you give a brief synopsis about what it's about?
Of course. So this is all about a mayor election where the two candidates are Sam and Steve. They both promise each other that whoever loses will become chief of police. And so eventually Sam wins and they begin to fight with each other. And the fight plays out in a very comedic way, which is very fun for the audience to see. And then Harry Walton decides to run in the next election and promises to end the corruption that happened because of Sam and Steve. And he wins and gets the girl.
My favorite part.
And then he runs Sam and Steve out of town.
Well, thank you so much, Josephine, for all of your time,
course.
and we wish you the best of luck tonight.
Thank
you,
you.
Josephine.
He went from having nothing to being the most talked about actor, achieving fortune and fame. Here's Paul Robeson up for Best Actor in All God's Chilling Got Wings. Not only does his role as Jim Harris show how hard work can achieve good things, but he leads this philosophy in everyday life. Let's take this to Katie.
Hey, Caitlin, I'm here on the red carpet with Paul Robeson. Now, Paul, you played in All God's Chilling Got Wings, and you are nominated for Best Actor this season. How does that feel?
It's great. It's amazing to achieve so much. And I mean, coming from that community, I mean, it's great to be here.
Okay, so now, how does your personal life affect how you played as your character of Jim?
Well, you know, I'm a big activist for freedom of all people. I've done a lot in my community. It's great to see that in the media, in the film and theater, is coming through in that section of community today.
So now it was very interesting in this play, the blacks were sitting on the side that the whites were usually in the theater, so they switched it to have more rights for blacks. How did that feel to be in a play of this great importance?
I feel like it's really seeing the change in American society today, and I think it's a great thing to happen.
Okay, so now could you give us a brief synopsis of the play just in case anyone didn't see it?
Well, the play All God's Children's Got Wings, it explores interracial relationships between my character, Jim Harris, and my wife, Ella. And she was very, very upset at me being successful, and so she threatens to kill me, and so, yeah.
All right, well, thank you. We hope you win tonight, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. Wow, incredible night tonight here on the red carpet. We had some of the most amazing actors and playwrights. Clearly, these plays are changing history. Thank you so much to everyone who stayed tonight and watched. Thanks, guys.
This has been an incredible night for everyone. As Paul Robeson said in his acceptance speech tonight, this Harlem Renaissance is a time for change and self-discovery for the African American race. These people are proving that the African American race can do the exact same thing as whites. So, question of the night, do you think there's really a difference in the color of skin? I think not. Thank you all for joining us on a great episode of Access Hollywood Live. See you next week.